This is the procedure for performing a maximum inspiratory pressure, otherwise known as a negative inspiratory force maneuver. You will need a manometer, a pressure manometer that reads negative pressure, and then you will need some valving and tubing that allows you to isolate the meter from the patient. So first we need an isolation valve. Isolation valves have two valves in them. One prevents airflow from coming in this way. The other one prevents airflow from going that way. So essentially what we want is we want air to come from the NIF meter to the patient. So this valve lets gas come in here. So attach that there. This goes to the back of the NIF meter. Then the patient attachment comes at the bottom. And a filter is placed on the end to use as a mouthpiece and to protect the patient again from exposure to whatever bugs might be in the valve. So the manometer is fairly simple. On the side there's a port. So one way to instruct the patient is to ask them to take in as deep a breath as possible, and at the beginning of their inspiratory effort you're going to put your finger over the port to occlude it. And then as they breathe in, and you've asked them to take in a very deep breath as hard as they can, when you occlude it you're going to observe how much negative pressure they generate. Now it can be marked on this meter by adjusting the red control back to 0, and then that will mark the maximum effort of the patient. So it would look something like this. A patient would start to breathe in, you would occlude the valve, negative pressure would be generated, they would finish, and then you would be able to read the negative pressure generated from the red needle on the manometer. So it would look like this. Deep breath in with an occlusion immediately after. At the end of the effort, you'll notice that the red dial is at this point at -60. So that would be their maximum inspiratory pressure, -60. Generally, you would have people repeat this 2 or 3 times if possible to get the highest negative number. Another way to get a better performance number is to have the patient exhale first before the inspiratory effort. So you would reset it, so put the needle back to 0. Same maneuver, just request that the patient exhales first. So I occluded, we generated a negative pressure, got up to -59 this time. So 3 times, and then you would take the highest number and record that.